if you guys like this video, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you guys are interested in a personal session, check out my website, readingswithbreanne.com. Let's dive into the topic for today. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back for another tarot reading. As always, I hope you guys are all doing fabulous wherever you are on this journey. I recently just did a tarot reading for you guys when it comes to, it was titled The UK Migrant Crisis. And as I was looking, at one of my screens and scrolling through the comments, I had my labradorite ball sitting right here where it is now. And there was some more stuff coming through when it comes to specifically the UK. So I kind of wanted to see where this was going to take me. Again, I do feel like there's all these threads coming out and I'm being pulled in a couple different directions. So I'll do my best to relay the messages and perspectives without trying to go all over the place. But we're just going to dive in and I'll pull some tarot cards as well. We'll see what comes up for you. Now, the first thing that I seen within this labradorite ball is almost like a rewind, and it was going back and back and back and back, and it was showing me the entanglement of these karmic loops and karmic cycles that the UK is in. And I seen the UK as this beautiful, sacred and ceremonial lands. There was so much connections to the Lyrans here. I'm seeing the Fae, the fairy realms, the Fae realms, I guess you can say. The Octurians. There was so much beautiful sacred energy coming out here. And what I was being shown is there was a point where there was a fracture, I guess I can call it, or like a karmic fracture started. And this peaceful civilization was very much it was infiltrated here. I'm just seeing lower vibrational forces kind of pushing their way through to really harness and access the Earth's energetic grids and power centers, because the UK has very, very powerful ley lines. And, unfortunately, these were hijacked. So when we look at it, it's brutal here, because there's a sense of sacred sites being completely knocked down. We have a lot of healers, we have a lot of sacred people, sacred energies being completely just annihilated, and information being, the knowledge was really just pushed and shoved down here. There's like this faction, I'm gonna say it's like an Orion based faction from what I can see, and it's almost like the energy is being transferred, that not just the energy. This is probably going to sound a little strange, you guys, but I'm going to try to explain what I'm seeing here in the crystal ball, because when I look at the certain faction that has, let's say, looked at manipulating and transferring certain energy, there's this entity, this faction, this entity, I'm seeing it as an individual, like a single entity, and it's like all these cords are coming out of it. And what's interesting is, like, kind of when I gaze just above my crystal ball, I have my computer screen, I have multiple computer screens, and I have all these cords coming out, and I'm seeing these cords, and it's like a symbolism, like it's a link, it's linking it up for me. And when I see that, this could represent, like, when I think of cords and the computer, this faction actually has like an AI base, like a synthetic energy. And there's been definitely these attempts at like transferring or implementing control mechanisms, especially when we're looking at a lot of the bloodlines, because they hold a lot of like light DNA, and through this manipulation it's able to influence timelines, it's able to influence wealth distribution, it's able to suppress spiritual memory. It goes on and on. And the thing is that this energy and the cords also could represent like a restriction, like wrapping all these cords around the true authentic flow of self here. So it's like the distortion of true light. because again, as I mentioned, like a lot of these bloodlines carry galactic DNA and or the potential, and these were placed to be restricted. But you know, this is so crazy. I don't mean to go too off the beaten track here, but this is not just Earth. I feel like this entity has infiltrated or influenced other planets as well here, you guys. There's wow, I'm being shown the moon right now too. So when we look at what this entity that is coming through and what is being shown to me has all these cords being spread out into, so like having their hands in 10 different pies, right? So I feel like if this could be a video that can branch off to other videos, so maybe we'll carry forward with what I'm seeing. But what I'm getting here is there's absolutely like this, let's say, artificial synthetic faction that has really placed a veil upon many different structures within the system, and the UK is a big hub for this. And what I can see with this, let's say, faction, it's really, and it was instrumental in creating this artificial loop, which we are experiencing today. But the veils are thinning here, and the light, like this structure is fracturing, and the light's really shining through. So we're gonna see a lot of big changes in the months and the years ahead from what I can see. The organic light here is returning. I'm almost seeing like a spew of like violet and vibrant purples and blues and all these colors kind of flooding the crystal ball. It's really beautiful. I'm seeing this as, again, a recalibration. It's almost like there's a lot of Lyran energy coming out really strongly here. So I would say there's Lyran councils that are absolutely connected to the UK. And it's like they're undergoing, this is like a planetary tribunal recalibration. That is what that's what I'm seeing. Spirit, can you share with us the perspective of what I'm seeing in the crystal ball when it comes to the UK? Is there currently a recalibration happening in the UK? Are the Lyrans involved? What can you share with us? The Lovers. Wow. So yes, I do see that as a confirmation, especially having the Lyrans involved. And there's a sense of a lot of souls that participated that are incarnated now even in the UK. And through this recalibration, this is going to continue to happen, but there is a massive recalibration. And I'm seeing, again, going back to that timeline to even 2038 is something that I'm really seeing strongly. Yes. Okay, look at this. And we have the 10 of Cups on the back of the deck. So when I take a look at the energies of the tarot that have come out, I have to say, the Lovers, you guys, this is all about those soul contracts, right? Soul contracts, the agreement to come back and restore balance here, because this is a sacred harmony. This is a sacred agreement that is happening as well. And seeing this Queen of Pentacles really gives me a earthy priestess archetype energy, and also a very big druid energy as well here. And I have to say, the fact that we have the seven of wands, but in reverse. This is a very like fighting and fighting and fighting. It's a very defensive energy, and it's like yes, there absolutely is a big exhaustion, especially for the UK people right now with the crisis and everything that's happening. The restrictions, the freedom of speech, the migration. I mean, the list can go on, right? And this is an exhaustion, but guess what? This is also showing the reversal of all the subconscious programming, all of the dark magic, all the manipulation that has been in place is now being reversed. It's like the shield has dropped. So I see, I see the UK people getting to that point where it's like we're not battling or trying to control this grid anymore. We're rising above it, because we can rise above it through vibration, not resistance, right? And then we have the 10 of Cups here. So this is like joy restored, a restoration for the people here. This is harmony, you guys. And I absolutely see this as being like a reconstruction of sacred community. So we have a happy ending here. So I can say, I feel like, I'm going to ask the tarot again, but we are in the midst, or right in the middle right now of being in the process of restoring a more of an organic earth and human relationship here. So let's see here, Spirit, can you share some more with us? Is the UK and are the UK people in the middle of restoring something that is absolutely harmonious and beautiful? What can you share? Are we seeing this accurately? Are we in the middle of this? Look at what flew out. Yes, look at this. We are in the middle of restoring a harmonious connection to one another, to the earth, to Mother Gaia. Oh my goodness. I love that. I really love that. So there's a lot of really good energy here. I mean, I really do try to keep things positive, but I'm not trying to just give you guys all fluff and say, yeah, everything's going to be okay. Yes, there's a lot to go through, but I have to say, I have consistently got in the tarot and from the energies coming in that we are headed into a really, really beautiful timeline, okay? Of course, unfortunately, not everybody is going to be aligned to that though. So it is a happily ever after, but you have to align your heart center and choose where you are going to stand. So, unfortunately, not everybody is going to align with that, but I do see a lot of people moving forward to a beautiful heart-centered, harmonious alignment, okay? So that was a really good confirmation. So now, as much as I would love to almost end this here, because that was such a positive ending, I do have to take a step backwards, because what I was also seeing here in the crystal ball is, I'm going back to what, to me, I can relate this to as like a smart city. And again, when I see this happy ending, that's phenomenal. But again, we're still like in the middle of it. And I still get this feeling things are going to escalate and escalate. And there's going to be even a push for more restrictions here. So what I was seeing is, in terms of that smart city, and what I link that to is, digital IDs. And I keep seeing the Page of Swords, you guys. Page of Swords, Page of Swords. Like, it keeps coming up in my image here. So we'll see if it flies out today. But it looks like UK is a really big hub for a lot of, I would say, heavy interference, okay? So I want to ask about the timelines when we're looking at the potential of AI-led or government digital IDs. What can you share with us with the momentum of the UK? Will there be any implementations or any massive further restrictions when it comes to in the next couple of years ahead? Like, what can you share? I'm seeing, like, from now even to 2030, there's going to be a lot of things going on. So what can you show us over the next 5 years, Spirit? Ooh, victory. You have that Queen of Cups, heart-centered energy. So what's the energy of these distorted timelines that relate to digital IDs? Yeah. And we have the Hierophant on the back of the deck, you guys. I have to say, seeing this energy when we're looking at the potential of moving forward with digital IDs, or let's say so-called smart cities, there could absolutely be that narrative and that push still with the Chariot, the Six of Wands, but then we have the Eight of Wands in reverse that flew out over side of it here, over top of it. But what's interesting is we do have this heart-centered female Queen of Wands, Queen of oh my goodness, Queen of Cups, go through all the suits here. Queen of Cups that is kind of flying off by our side here, flying off to the side, which shows me there are absolutely going to be communities. If this is an agenda that is pushed, which it does look like that is the strong possibility still, not everyone is going to buy into the system, okay? Because look at that Hierophant, institutions trying to push more restrictions. You know, they may say, yeah, this is going to be, you know, implemented for better health care, for, you know, easier travel, for, you know, a cashless society. So there you have still like the AI and the push towards more of a centralized system versus using AI and a decentralized system. So I have to say, let's pull some more tarot cards here. I want to confirm here, but what I'm seeing is still a possibility of them pushing this narrative over the next little while here. So again, to kind of go over here, the first card that flew out was the Chariot. So I do see this as a kind of momentum building towards those smart cities or digital IDs on more of a controlled level. But when we look at the Six of Wands, this is again a victory here. There is a timeline. I like to see this card almost as the timelines as well, because even in the crystal ball, there's like all these threads which almost look like wands and different timelines happening. There is going to be visible wins, okay? That's what I'm seeing here. So this is showing that, you know, I know with on the surface level, it feels like the sense of like we're doomed, look at where everything is going, but that's not what I see still. Even though it can get more intense, more restrictions, more shots and jabs at, you know, putting the controls on the people here, but there is going to be visible wins that take place with what I can see. All right, and then when we look at the Queen of Cups over here, this is showing a sense of people rejecting these fear-based cabal systems. Look at this, and they're walking away from these institutions, from these governments here. So I mean, the Eight of Wands in reverse can absolutely be a bit of a disruption with some of the organic flowing timelines, because there still is that attempt to distort, to push fear, but all this stuff has to also play out so we can see what is really happening and have these wins, because without this, we wouldn't have these wins. We wouldn't have the accelerated motion. So I know, again, a lot of you guys probably don't want to hear that, but having this Hierophant out, I do see a lot of potential restrictions or agendas that will be backed by religious or even governmental masking in terms of like what's good or what's best for society here. I'm going to take a minute and see what else I can see in the crystal ball, because I'm seeing like a triangle forming here. And I want to look into this. There's something important about this message coming in. This is so interesting. Okay, when we look at the inorganic timelines that involve, let's say, surveillance. I mean, I kept seeing that Page of Swords as a surveillance for the people. And when we look at the smart cities and digital IDs and these surveillance zones, they depend on resonance suppression. This was in reverse, okay? What I'm seeing in the crystal ball was a triangle, but there are three people here, okay? And with all the craziness going on, sometimes we feel like I'm just one person, I'm so small, like how can I help? you guys are so much more powerful. I mean, maybe many of you guys are aware of this and know this, but if not, this is a big reminder, not a gentle reminder, a big, massive reminder. You guys are so incredibly powerful, you guys, because what I'm seeing is 3 people coming together in a form of a triangle. And just these 3 people can resonate in a coherence. When they form this triangle, they can generate a light field here just off of your emotions, your intentions, and it is generating this light field. And this light field is taking down this inorganic energy, the timelines. So I'm like so excited to see this. It's almost like these 3 people coming together and their heart is, resonating and radiating this beautiful love and beautiful point of light. And when this happens, it overrides and weakens the surveillance system that is happening behind the scenes here. So, I mean, just a small group, like even as little as 3 people, can make a huge difference. And I'm seeing this as not just a little difference, you guys. This is dismantling and weakening that surveillance field in a big, big way. So this is something that I'm actually going to do myself, but I encourage you guys, if there are, a group, like I'm seeing it, you can absolutely do this each an individual person, but I have to say, from the crystal ball, I am seeing something very specific and powerful about 3 people, three or even bigger groups, 3 or more, or 3 or 12, coming together and again, setting that intention, radiating from the heart here. So it's like opening that field with breath work, become grounded, and then speak and command that energy together as a unity, as a unit, right? And this is really disrupting the surveillance of this inorganic false matrix. It weakens it significantly, you guys. This is crazy. So I'm seeing though as well, I mean, if you can do this again I'm seeing a large, like by water would be very powerful, or by a significant ley line, or within the forest, within the trees. That could be very an amplified energy as well. So let's pull a few cards on that, because wow, the power that is coming out of the crystal ball is phenomenal, because I'm just a little bit speechless right now. I just see how much even a small group of people with this intention can really disrupt that energy. Look at this. It's restoring justice here. Okay, you know what else I'm just getting, like this download? When we're working also with our star nations, our galactic family, so for those of you that feel guided to connect to, let's say, the Lyrans or the Fey realm, the fairies, I mean, this is just a perspective, but look at this justice card. So this is also showing when you come together with clear sovereign intentions, that is also a doorway allowing them to assist. It's just like connecting to our angels and our guardians. I mean, they're here, but they can't just do everything for us. We have to open that doorway. We have to allow them to assist us. So what I'm getting is, if for those of you, I'm just giving you guys a perspective. I mean, please do use your discernment as well, but it's a sense of when you come together with a clear intention, clear sovereign heart-centered intentions, you allow them to assist on a greater level when you invite and open that energy to the guides that you're working with here. I have to say, lovely souls, this is really inspirational, and I love that this energy and message is coming out of this crystal ball right now, because even seeing something as, let's say, as even three individuals coming together, they can really destabilize an entire fall city of energy. So that is really powerful. Can I get another confirmation, Spirit? Can you share? We have the Justice. Can you confirm what does this look like with people coming together in the UK and globally, worldwide, to assist with collapsing these inorganic and restricted false timelines? Okay, this is insane. Did I not say 3 people specifically? We have 3 of Wands globally, overseas. Oh my goodness. Wow. Can I get one more card? The Hermit, you guys. The Hermit. Oh my goodness. Okay. Back of the deck is the King of Cups. This is incredible. I feel like this is going to be one of my favorite videos ever, just looking at this. So again, I have a huge confirmation with this. You know, we're talking about even as little as 3 people coming together. We have the sacred power of 3 of Wands, stabilizing a vortex here. This is one of the biggest hidden truths, you guys. And keeping us distorted in these timelines makes us feel so small and so powerless. And I'm seeing right here, this is one of the biggest hidden truths. It has absolutely been something that has been hidden for way too long. And I have to say, I mean, you guys are open to your own viewpoint and perspectives, but I see this as creating a stable field that absolutely has the power and ability to create a vortex, the Hermit, of your inner light, your inner self, your higher self, those higher frequencies. And it interrupts the synthetic grids here and restores harmony. Wow. Wow. I'm really getting an inspiration right now. I think I'm going to put together, I'll try to get it out this week, but I'm going to make a note to put together a meditation. It'll be kind of directed at collapsing anything inorganic, and really bringing together a heart-centered energy. So please do, I encourage you guys to keep an eye out for that. But you know, let's take a look here and see if there's any more things coming out here. I had a question as well on one of the comments, taking another step backwards here, and I think the question was, it just feels like civil war is inevitable. And I have to say, I have not seen any of my war energy coming out. So let me ask the cards again. Let's see if we can touch base, because I didn't ask that specifically, I don't believe. But what can you share with us, Spirit, when we are looking at the momentum of the UK? Is there any concerns with civil war? We have the Empress, and the Empress came out when I was doing the original tarot reading for the migration crisis. So the Empress, that is not a card of war. Is there any concerns about a civil war being started in the UK? I don't know if I'm getting anything else, you guys. Okay, one more shuffle. Okay, we have the Moon here. The Moon and the Judgment. When we look at the Empress, this is a big Mother Gaia, Divine Mother energy, and it's a reminder that the land holds memory here. That's what it looks like, and it's, you know, in balance with nature. It's in balance with sovereignty here. But it's interesting. We have the Empress and then we have the Moon on this side. As we said before, not everyone is going to be in the same mindset or alignment. So you will see some kind of bend into those fears and propaganda and false narratives here, because the moon, you guys, the moon is all about those hidden agendas coming to surface. So I still don't see a big civil war breaking out here. Absolutely, in terms of like more protests and more people coming out and standing out, because things are going to be, it's almost like a reckoning here, okay? But I have to say, with this moon, I want to, encourage you guys to be observant of any false flag narratives and agendas, especially with AI and the rollout of AI, because I think a lot of that can be linked to those smart cities and moving into more of a controlled, centralized system. And I feel like that's what's coming up next here. And then we have the judgment, which is again that reckoning. So it's a mass awakening as well. I still remember going back, I don't know, this was a long time ago, but I was looking in the crystal ball and it was like, ding, the light went on and all these people just woke up. So when I see this, it's showing that it's like the UK is entering into almost a life review. That's what I see. When they talk about when we pass and we go through our life review, I feel like the UK is going through their version of a life review. It's an evaluation and a big wake-up call for the people. So yes, I see a lot of emotional uprising with that moon. This is deep-seated emotions and deep-seated hidden agendas coming to surface. But look at this judgment right in the center. So it's a turning point for the people here. So I see, on one end here, we have a sovereignty, truth energy, and on the other side we have the illusions and the fear-based hidden tactics and agendas. So it's, where are you guys gonna stand? It's really up to the people. But with this is really the people learning the lesson. So I continuously still see a lot of really good energy moving forward. So thank you guys for staying with me with this video. It has been, such a pleasure, and I really enjoy connecting with all of you. My heart goes out to all of you guys through these difficult times. But remember, you guys are the pillars of light, okay? And so powerful. So I think I'm going to look forward to doing a kind of a meditation for you guys that I'll pre-record and I'll post up when it's ready. And I think it can be really powerful if we all come together to do that. So let me know if you guys have thoughts, questions, perspectives. I'm always curious to hear your guys' point of view. But lots of love to you all, and until next time, bye for now.